Well, heidi ho, my peeps. I hope some of you, most of you, saw my previous video. I took you guys for a little walk through the 99-cent store. Gracie and I did some shopping there yesterday. We also went to Dollar Tree and just had a nice little morning outing. So that was probably my farewell shopping trip. I'm not certain, but I'll probably go back once more just to see how decimated it looks when they're down to 50% or 70% or whatever, when they just have like 5 things in the store they're trying to get rid of. So I'll probably go back and document that. But anyway, let me show you what I got. So first off, I got these little clay pots. They ended up being $1 a piece. I got 18 of them, and I like them because they make a good starting pot for plants like zucchini, sunflowers, chard, anything that gets tall and kind of big. You really want to baby it along before you put it in the ground, any of those. I figured this would be a really good one. So I can use these over and over again until they break. So I got 18 of those. I also bought three packs of these two bamboo trellises. So I've got, what is that, 6 altogether. I think these will be really good for staking up things like sweet peas, sunflowers, that kind of thing. So I have a 6 or 7 long, tall, skinny ones I picked up at Home Depot that I'm also going to be using for that. So I think I've got enough. And then when I run out of the pretty stuff, I can use a stick off a tree or something. You know me, I'm not fancy. Unless it's cheap, then I can be fancy. All right, so let's pull this one up first. So, and you guys, if you've seen the other video, you'll have seen some of these things when I was plucking them off the shelves. Okay, so I picked up a couple little dollhouse tables for a dear friend of mine who does beautiful miniatures. My friend who did the mouse house, which I shared with you last year or whenever it was, she's continuing to make lovely things. So I got a couple of tables for her. I bought a couple of these flexible phone holder brackets. Now, the flexible part doesn't really interest me. I'll pull that off and give it to Grant to do with as he chooses. But it's actually the little phone holder part that I'm going to be using to rig up some more like tripod type things, because I need to set up one in the store because I will be going back there. I want to set up one in the kitchen, and then I'll have the one that I'm using now for out here. So got a couple of those. And I got two bags of white onions. I'm gonna mince these up and put them in the freezer. I run out of white onions all the time, so I figured those would be good. And to answer your question, Grant, I don't know how much they were. They weren't, oh, $2.99 less 30%. So $2. Not only did Grant turn the fan around so it's pointing to him, which I told him to do, but now he's going to probably, are you going to be asking me questions throughout the video? Just say yes, because I know you will. All right, so I picked up a couple of different coffees, actually just to give to my son, so he's got some on his shelf. He doesn't need me to buy him anything, but he's my son, and I love to buy him gifts. So yeah, so that's all that's left in that bag. It's just the coffees. Now, okay, so I got another charging cable that I can keep in my car. I got 2. I'm forever losing these things, so I figured I'll put a couple in my car, and they'll be there for me. This is my other bag of white onions. Okay, I thought this was a good buy. California Olive Ranch Garden Basil Marinara Sauce. Now, I don't think I've done a video about my practically calorie-free pizza that I found out how to make thanks to YouTube. Basically what you do, you make a crust that's primarily whipped egg white. It's got some flour or whatever you want to put in there, a little bit of, I think there's a little xanthan gum in it. Anyhow, you whip it up and you smooth it down on your pizza tray, you bake it, and then you can top it. And what I've been topping it with is about a 1/4 cup of a marinara sauce, and this one just looked wonderful. It is a product of California, so I thought that was kind of neat. And you know, I may go back and if there's more of these, buy what they've got, because I think this is it's a fun thing to have, and I'm going to use it. Anyhow, so what I top those with is a 1/4 cup of that. I use a 1/4 cup of, if I can get a fat-free mozzarella, that's what I prefer, but a reduced fat or a low part skim will work as well. It just has a little more calories. Then I take 17 pieces of sliced turkey pepperoni. That's about 70 calories for all of those. Then the fun part is putting on vegetables. I don't even count calories on those. I like onions, bell pepper, olives, and if I have artichoke hearts lying around, I would put those on there as well. So yeah, this pizza is wonderful, and it ends up being like a 10-inch pizza. So it's a little more than one person can really eat comfortably. So I will split that between Grant and I, and then if we're still hungry, we can have something else later. But that entire pizza is about 350 calories. And that's if I'm being a little extra generous with the cheese. So that makes a really good dinner. So anyhow, that's that. I got, I believe, 3 of these. Yes, I did. There's my 3. And then I got some of that lavender floor cleaner. I just couldn't resist it. I love the color and the fact that there's a ton of it in there. Who knows how concentrated it is? I don't know, but it just called to me, so I went ahead and got it. And I got yet another breakable garlic press. I'm sure I picked this up for like $1.40. It will probably break like all the other cheap garlic presses break. I actually have 3 heavy-duty garlic presses. One of them I've hidden from myself so well I don't know where it is. The other 2 have both lost their little basket thingy that goes in the inside. I can't believe I've managed to lose both of those. Now, they're probably underneath a cabinet in the back room or underneath a cabinet in the kitchen. I don't know where they are. I know they're not under the sink because I pulled everything out. They weren't there. So anyhow, I just thought it might be fun to break another one of these. And then I did pick up some sensitive tooth Sensodyne, 2 of those, and the little bamboo toothbrush that I thought was just freaking adorable, and the arugula seeds. Roquette is what it's called, but that's French for arugula seeds. So I got those. Now, after we were done there, we went over to Dollar Tree, like I said. And I normally don't do hauls for anything, but I have the stuff here. I might as well show you what I got. So, as you know, I'm heavily into planting stuff in my garden. And so I picked up, I think, 10 of these little plastic seed starters. I had already bought the big clay seed starters, but I have so many seeds that I want to start. I figured I would experiment with some different seed starting containers. Now, I suppose I could have just used, I'm sweating like a pig. I mean, literally, It's just rolling down off of me. Hang on. Let me just wipe enough of this off that I can speak to you. Okay. I could just use disposable paper cups. I mean, there's all different things you can use, but these were so cheap I figured I'd give them a go. Oh, honey, you don't have to do that. You can keep the air on yourself. You need it more than I do. Oh, did you? Oh, okay, how sweet. Also, I picked up some foam cups. I hate foam anything, but this was what they had that would work with coffee. And sometimes my son will come over, and I like to, if it's daytime or whatever, I like to make a cup of coffee for him as well as for myself. And now that I've got the little foaming milk foamer thing, I can make a really killer Starbucks dupe coffee. And so that's to send him home with. I love the smell of Fabuloso. Even though I already got that floor cleaner stuff, I got a couple Fabulosas. And then my mega haul of sugarless candy. Let me show you. I'm going to fall out of frame. Hang on. All right, so I got a bunch of sugarless candy. They had Starlight Mints and fruit flavor. I haven't tried these yet, but I'm sure they'll be wonderful. And then butterscotch. And these were Dollar Tree, therefore they were $1.25 each little container. And I don't know, maybe I could buy it cheaper in bulk off of Amazon. I don't know. But I happen to be there, and I know that that's not a bad price. So I'm going to put all the rest of them away in this little bag. Okay, so I usually eat anywhere between 3 and 6 of these. On the days that I'm eating candy, I'll eat between 3 and 6 of these generally. And on the days that I'm eating candy, those are usually the days that I'm really, really craving sweets. So this helps. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, I did buy a bunch more seeds. It is a late in the season to be doing this, but I'm going to give it a try anyhow. And let me show you. I got ranunculus. And they're just like 3 little corms, I think those are called. 3 little corms. Who knows if they'll sprout or not, but ranunculus were one of my mother's favorite flowers. So I would like to get some of those going. I got zinnias. I love zinnias. They grow easily and they give you a lot of color. So I got several packets of zinnias. I got some pink gladioli. I don't know. It's probably, again, too late in the season. I'm going to give it a try anyhow. And I got 2 packets of those. Then I got this stuff. I'm not sure what it is. They're 3 tiny little bulbs. Queen Fabiola Tritelia? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But they're pretty little purple things. Give those a go. Got some impatiens. Love impatiens. They need a lot of shade. And I have a lot of shade in my front yard, so I can definitely find places for them to thrive. Got more zinnias. Then, down to the small packets. Those were all $1.25. These were 4 for $1. So I ended up with a Spanish hot pepper. I got 2 of those. I found some cosmos. Now is a good time to plant cosmos because they're a mid to late summer flower. I got some Swiss chard. And let's see here. Okay, so these 2 peppers, let me go back. These 2 peppers were cayenne and serrano. And then I also got a yellow wax pepper. So that should be fun. Swiss chard. And then I got some of these. These are everlastings. So they grow, they're kind of dry when they bloom, and then they dry really quickly. So If you're into making wreaths or whatever, they're good to have. So those would be fun to mess with. I also picked up great toilet bowl cleaner, tiny containers, $1.25. I probably got taken, but they were sitting there calling me, and I don't have any toilet bowl cleaner left in my bathroom, so I grabbed them. And I need to be smarter about all this. I need to make sure that I can't get a better deal at Costco or at Walmart, because we're getting to that place in the retail climate where sometimes you can. I also picked up some face wash. I like this Skin Nutrition Botanicals. I've used their products before and I really like them. I also got Sukin Australian Natural Signature Moisture Restore Night Cream. I got two because my son likes to use this stuff as well, so I'm going to give him one. I'm going to keep one. Now, I have all kinds of little cream things. I keep them usually by my chair, and then I also keep them in the kitchen. And I am forever pulling some out and slathering it on my skin, so I like having it, you know, in 3 different places in the house. I picked up some Louisiana brand hot sauce. I have not purchased this in years. I think the last few hot sauces that came my way were given to me, so I've just been having a hankering for that. And I also bought, and I'm going to hide these from Grant so that I've got them when he needs them, gauze pads and self-adhesive wrap. Sometimes he has a tendency to injure himself on his arms, and he goes through band-aids and bandages real quickly. So this is my stash that I'm going to keep just in case he runs out. I'll have them. So there you go. It was a quickie, simple run through. You know, run through the cheap stores. Gosh, I'm going to miss 99¢. Oh, wow. Ooh, that is such a shame. And it's funny because as we were walking around through the store, customers were coming up to people who were stocking, and even in line when the gal who was checking out, people who were checking out, people were telling them how sorry they were that the place was closing, and that they hoped that they could get reemployment quickly. And I mean, there was just this sense of kind of sadness and camaraderie that everyone seemed to be feeling at the same time. It was kind of an interesting vibe. You don't normally pick that up when you're on your average shopping trip. So there you go. That is all I have to share with you until I come back the next time. Bye.